Hi, and welcome to Eva Kristoffersson, Quantum Astrology. And this is my first part about fundamentals in astrology. It's a type of school made from my perception as a quantum astrologer. That's quantum physics and evolutionary astrology. And hopefully you can gain some more knowledge about all the fundamentals in astrology. It's a great symbolism of the inner energies. So you can see yourself, I can see myself more by astrology, but it's very complex. So I will try to take it part by part. This is the first part, the 6 first signs, the personal signs, and then next part will be the next 6 signs, and then I will build on with the planets, aspects, etc. But first we start, and remember to use your intuition, because you as Aries, you create your own reality. So by your intuition, to trust in your knowledge without knowing anything about astrology, you can connect to the symbolism in your way, to create in your way. And to show, I want first to get a brief overview of astrology. You know the birth chart, you know the symbolism of the energies in your personality. And you also can see your starseed origin in the birth charts. I give those readings. Here's my birth chart, 1954, 31st of May. And our zodiac starts with Aries and then continues. And it's decided several hundred years ago, or even more, that the vernal equinox, the spring equinox, is the starting point, 0 degrees of Aries. And the reason for that is to follow the nature around here. And then that means that it's for the northern hemisphere, the nature. That's a weakness, because the southern hemisphere, in a similar interpretation, should have Aries starting at the fall equinox instead. But this is showing the duality in this world, and we need to heal, balance up between the northern and southern hemisphere of Earth as within us, for many reasons. For life, to find balance, the Libra. And you see here my chart, I have 0 degrees 00 on all my house cusps. That's a little special. That's the 0 point energy I bring here to Earth. And that means that as a Libra ascendant, I have a flip-flop chart, because the first house for me is in Libra, the opposite house to Aries. And Aries is so much energy similar to the first house. So this gives my personal energy. And you always have the house, first house cusp somewhere, and then the rest of the houses giving your personal energies. And the signs then is the sign together with the house and with the planets in this gives you the personality you have to evolve within. And then you have transits. So here you have the planets and we have the aspect, but now we concentrate on the signs. So I will skip that and go to the 9th of January in a couple of days to show the signs here. And so the planets are, I couldn't take them away, but you see this in fabulous conjunction, Venus, Sun, Pluto, within minutes, the 9th of January and 10:46 a.m. here in Sweden, Central European time. Everything starts with Aries. The first, the beginning, the initiator, the creator, the cardinal fire. Cardinal, that's the leading, the start, the pioneer, the creator, the entrepreneur, and fire, it's burning down to make a new you evolve, or a new phoenix rise from the ashes, like Scorpio. So here is the start, the seed in nature. The seed is sown, and it's male energy, like the sperm to the egg, and the egg then in some way is Taurus. It's Mars, the ruler of Aries, the divine masculine planet that has been so misused in wars, etc., anger, but that is the power, the connection with your creative power, force to do things in this life, to take steps, to use your sword of love, to be as you are. And here, Uranus is here. Aries is the quantum I am. Quantum I am. We create our own reality with our mind, heart, and body computer. We have a quantum computer. So we create our own reality with our beliefs, with our emotions, with our vibrations. And this is the highest octave that we really seek for in quantum astrology, to always go for the highest octave, to create from within, as within, so without. Yeah, the first house then is very similar to this one. So Aries, it's the individualistic start, the seed, the quantum I am, the creation. And it's our reality is shaped individually. That's the knowledge from Uranus here in Aries given to us this last year. And so new is this information for me since I started with quantum astrology. Thanks Mary Maturin, Sun Soul Astrology. I now soon 1 year I've been in this, and it's the creation, it's quantum physics, it's vibrational, everything is vibration. So your reality is made up from within, a mirror of your own inner, to grow in your evolution, your soul evolution. Consciousness is the only that is real. It's totally amazing, totally amazing. So it's 7.2 billion realities here on Earth. No wonder we can't understand each other. So, and Mars is changing. Everything is changing. This ascension, Saturn went over the galactic center, new codes for our reality, now applied in Capricorn. Mars is changing. It's getting atmosphere. It's cloud now starting to become more and more frequent over Mars. It has, because, and today in the news they shared that they found fossils. And NASA isn't telling much of what they find. It's so secret. But Mars is an ancient civilization before Earth. People lived there and then moved to Earth because they self-destroyed themselves there. But now it's recreating. The Mars can soon be a place for life again. You can listen. I found that information just before Christmas. If you listen to Wisdom Teaching with David Wilcock on Gaia.com, Wisdom Teachings, David Wilcock. So we leave the quantum I am and come into the quantum self-worth of Taurus, the value, ruled by Venus. And then the seed was born here, sword, and then it's a growing here. It's like the birth and a deep caring of the first part to be able to grow the Taurus, to move seemingly slowly, but efficient and very caring. It's fixed earth. And it's ruled by Venus, the love planet. And it's a feminine sign, and this is a masculine sign. So we have this pairing, masculine, feminine, etc., every second. So masculine is always followed by a feminine. It's the duality, it's the polarity, it's the pairing. And you have in opposition here also the polarities that I will come back to. The caring, the nurturing, the beauty of Taurus, it's a royal sign also, the Venus, the divine feminine energy that we have within. Both men and women have both Mars and Venus energy, as you know. To find abundance, to find creativity, to find gratitude in your life and to let it grow. The start, this very small children, the seed growing up here on earth, place on earth, the grounding that we need so much. Yeah, and it's the second house, the self-worth, the quantum value, the quantum worth. And Venus is also changing. Can you imagine? Yeah. David Wilcock, Wisdom Teaching, Gaia.com, spoke also before Christmas in a program about the Venus atmosphere has been very much sulfur that you can't breathe. But that is changing by the Earth's current solar systems coming into the photon belt, more the Earth, the solar system, by these magic times and energies of ascension. And that means that the sulfur in Venus' atmosphere is now transformed more and more into oxygen. So that's a big green triangle, a big one, healing green oxygen light from Venus. So soon Venus can also be populated. Perhaps it is, but it can be really a nice place to be at. Isn't that fantastic? Everything is really changing with the work, the light work, the ascension with energies, with the divine cosmic plan that we have. And this is a royal sign, a royal divine feminine sign, Taurus. Thank you, Taurus, the bull. Highly worshipped in Egypt, for example. Then we come to Gemini, ruled by Mercury, taught. And Gemini, it's like the teenager. It's air, it's communication. From the childhood, you now grow up to learn more about other beings and communicate with others. It's also the nature, it's also communicating. And Gemini is specialist in duality. That's the two twins, Castor and Pollux, and you see the two sides here of the sign. And especially polarity, skills in being in the polarities is the Gemini speciality. And the highest octave of Gemini is the interconnection between heaven and earth, between spirit and being here on earth. That interconnection, and also the transmutation, the alchemy from dark to light, from hate to love, from war to peace. It's a Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn speciality. And that's a really important. That's what we do in our evolution, to find our soul, to go on our soul path, is to transmute within. Gemini, it's also curious, it's wants to learn more, it's air, it's flexible, very flexible. So sometimes it's people don't understand Geminis because they can, they are said to be liars, but they change very quickly, very quickly. I have both Sun and Moon in Gemini here in my natal. And it's the star band of life here, the fixed star for those of us who are starseeds. Pleiades, and then Hyades, the fixed royal star Aldebaran, and then the Orion's belt and the Betelgeuse here. It's called the star of life, this, because it's so much life and in other planets, in other star system, in this Milky Way here in Gemini. And the King Chamber has a tunnel pointing at the Orion's belt here. And it's the third house, the communication, quantum communication, with each other, with nature, but also with the source, the quantum source that's everywhere. So now we have done fire, earth, and air, and cardinal, fixed, and flexible. Now let's start with cardinal again, but it's the fourth element, water. So this is the first element where there is a completion in the element and in the cardinal, fixed, flexible cycle. And that means that this is our home. It's a magic sign, Cancer, water, to connect us with the source, the Pisces here, and with the Scorpio under the whale deep relationships. Water, it's floating, it's emotional. The moon is the ruler here. Our moon reflecting the sun, middle of the night. It's the fourth house, it's the home, it's the innermost, the most vulnerable. It's like when the teenager come out and become an adult to be more on its own, to really be finding its sexuality, etc., to be unsecure, to care. It's like the mother care of the child. And it's intuition and the source connection, and water is floating, and it's magic because water, if you heat it up, it becomes steam or evaporates. If you cool it down, it becomes ice, and like Taurus, fixed. So it's and for life, it's totally necessary for human life, water, totally. And it's really what we are going to as persons and as humanity, because we have been a cut here between Capricorn and Cancer by the mind controllers, the most ruling elite, the patriarchy. Cut off the emotion, demonized it, made them wrong, false, especially for men not to cry, etc. Emotional, the holy grail emotions are the vibrational creation of us. It's energy, emotion. It's Cancer. It's love. It's deep. It's lovely. It's floating. It's magic. You hear that I love Cancer. I'm so much Cancer myself. I have 6 natal energies here. And it's so misunderstood in this normal society, but that's the false society. The normal society has made this cut. And the symbolism of Cancer is also this nurturing mother has a shell. So when it gets triggered, hurt, when a Cancer person gets triggered and hurt, it closes totally, and the shell is on, and that's the cut between Capricorn and Cancer. So we need to open up this for our Earth in this ascension period, to go from the life part creation here in Capricorn to manifest alchemy, and to do it with the nurturing, caring, emotional compassion of Earth, of ourselves, of the animals, of nature. And it's strong, strong energies the coming years to point in this, that we are going in this direction to this water sign. And if you don't understand the water sign, check with your intuition. What is water? It's like the ocean of water. It's like the ocean of love that is everywhere in the universe, inside us and everywhere in the universe. It's so important, this. And it's the fourth house, our home. So when we have come out from this young generation, we come to become the Leo, the leader, the stage, the performer, the royal, the king, the queen, the Leo, the illuminator, the fifth house, creativity, to create our own children, for example, or other, create our lives, and to be on the stage and to shine in the light that we are. All of us has a path, has a mission, especially Starseed, but all souls has a path to walk on. And when we stand in that light, in all unique ways, no matter what you are doing, when you stand in your total light, you shine so brightly, so nothing can disrupt you. That's the Leo. You know the Leo. You know the performer. You know the stage. That's what we're heading for, because we have the North Node now here, our collective destiny right now, these years, to learn, to shine, to be in our power, to take our power back, to create our own reality with Aries energy, and to nurture it, to grow it, Taurus, and to communicate and learn more, Gemini, and to nurture and care and compassionate about ourselves, self-love. Then we get the Leo. And then the sun is the ruler of Leo. The illuminator. Why life isn't possible without the star, without the sun. That's the code coming to us, the energy, everything that the sun gives. So Leo, thank you, Leo. And I have my progressed sun in Leo to learn to shine. And I have Pluto in Leo and the Pluto in Leo generation to bring this illumination. And also the Pluto polarity point in Aquarius to prepare and to introduce the age of Aquarius. That's my generation mission. So Leo, keep continuing, standing on the stage and shine, and all has this possibility. We have infinite possibilities. We can choose from within, create, and we go through all this personal cycle to reveal our true soul nature, to be what we innermost are. And it's a fixed fire. So, and it's the fifth house also. Then we come to Virgo, the quantum biology, the flexible earth sign ruled by Mercury. That's flexible, and that's Mercury, the thought consciousness, also ruler of Gemini. Some recognize the dwarf planet Ceres, Mother Earth, Demeter, as the ruler of Virgo. But in Western astrology, I stick with Mercury. But it's totally fine with Ceres. I'm just upgrading Ceres right now. Virgo is in polarity with Pisces, our quantum spirit. And this tells us a lot about Virgo, because Pisces is the source, the spirit. And that's totally infinite possibilities, infinite connection, but so much floating and abstract and illusions, etc. And Virgo is downloading this here on Earth. So Virgo is very practical. It's about the daily routines, the 6th house. It's about healing. It's about being here on Earth, grounded, and really be here and do what we're supposed to do and not distract ourselves or fall for illusions or even some really bad distractions. To really use this earthly three-dimensional energy, and now rising up to the fourth and fifth dimensional energy of love. And Virgo has an ability to change our DNA, the quantum biology. And because diseases are perception, you can listen to Bruce Lipton on YouTube, Bruce Lipton, or Gaia.com, etc. He speaks so well about this possible transformation in perception that cure us. I cured my hip after 9 months of severe pain. I now have been in the process some weeks, but now I'm stepping out of the pain. I'm creating joy, abundance, to be myself, to evolve. And here is an evolution now also about 2-strand DNA becoming a 12-strand original human DNA, freeing us from this mind controller Anunnaki system. And Virgo, it's flexible earth. What's more, it's the virgin, it's sacred, and it's the harvest. If you come here, the quantum intuition, quantum emotions of the shaping of us and nature in that critical phase, and then the bloom, the full bloom, the quantum illumination, the quantum expression of Leo, and then the quantum biology, the harvest time, to enjoy the fruits that we have growth into from these first personal signs. Next time I will start with Libra, because here is an axis, here is the personal signs, and here is the outer energies in the society, in our three-dimensional world. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will come back soon with the next six, not sex. Perhaps I will know. No, I will not here. Sorry, that was funny. With the next 6 houses, and we have Scorpio coming up. That's sex, so it's coming up in next report. So this was my contribution to more about the fundamentals, so you can take your own intuition with you and use it to interpret what it is. I want to draw a card for my quantum tarot, quantum physics and tarot, for this fundamental school of quantum astrology. And it becomes this card. It's 5 of sword here, and that is That is the sword. That's the Archangel Michael. But it's the white dwarf here. Card of victim oppressor dynamic. It indicates we are in a no-win situation. How can you avoid being either victim or bullied? Is this card. And that's the balance, the 0 point to find in yourself, the self-knowledge and the self-love to create. And we're coming up to that with the Libra, how to find that justice balance. And the first 6 houses, that our personality symbolism. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.